What up gamers, my name is Noble and welcome to the channel and another ESO video. Guys, about a month ago I made a new player review of the Elder Scrolls Online, and can you believe it's pretty much already been a month since I first started playing that game. I just hit level 50 as of recording this video yesterday, but when you guys are seeing this will probably be about a week out from that, so I will obviously be playing a lot more. But guys, this is my video after 100 hours of ESO, my full new player review kind of finalized. If you haven't seen the first one, I highly recommend you go check that out. I will put a link in the video description. But guys, without further ado, let's get right into it. First off, guys, I want to say I'm going to be making some changes due to some of the opinions I expressed in my first video. Being a brand new player at that time, I now obviously know things I didn't know then, so sorry for the last video. But guys, the first thing I want to talk about is after 100 hours, I felt personally like you barely made a dent in the game. I decided to level mostly by doing dungeons and battlegrounds, and I got to 50 in around a month. I was doing some questing and some little things here and there like crafting and whatnot, but other than that I was pretty much just doing the battlegrounds and the dungeons to level, and I didn't really do a ton of exploring. I did a lot, but not a ton, so I still feel like there's a lot more, and I know there's a plethora of content and amazing locations to see around this beautiful world. And like I said, after 100 hours in the game, it feels like I've done nothing. It feels like I'm still a new like fresh player, and I think I am in a way. So that is a really cool feeling after putting that many hours. And I know 100 hours in the grand scheme of things isn't like a ton of hours, but it's 100. It's time. It's 100 hours of your life in a game. So I think from that perspective, after spending that much time and feeling like there's still so much to do, that's really exciting for me. Second thing that I want to talk about, guys, is the freedom to level doing whatever you want. As I just mentioned, I leveled to 50 pretty much just by doing dungeons and battlegrounds. However, you can do just story content if you want to. You can just be that quest grinder that gets their levels that way. Personally, guys, I would not recommend only doing questing. I would mix it up. I said that I primarily did the dungeons and battlegrounds, and I threw in some questing to mix it up. And what you don't want to do is grind this game. There is a comment that from my last video that were like, oh, you can get to like 50 in like under like 5 hours played, or under 6 hours, or you can get to like level 25 in around 3 hours played. I don't want to move that fast, especially in a game that looks the way the Elder Scrolls Online does. So when you're looking for how to level fast, I would say look for how to level efficiently and not mega fast, because if you do, feel like you're gonna burn out, right? Like, I'm glad it took me as long as it did to level. So you can say that I'm bad, you can say that I didn't know what I was doing, and I probably was, you know, not as informed as I should, but I didn't care because I was really taking every single day that I was playing, I was taking it in, you know, really beginning to experience and, you know, completely immerse myself into the game. So level, do whatever you want to level, just don't focus on grinding those levels and getting, you know, to 50 quickly, because then you're gonna go through things like, you know, the champion points and all the other fun stuff. So just enjoy the leveling process. Number 3, guys, on this list is the add-on system is a nice quality of life improvement. Now, I did something that a lot of people, you know, probably would tell you to not do, and as I waited to get a lot of my add-ons until close to level 50, and this is why I decided to do that. I did not want any third-party, you know, program or things, you know, affecting my view of the game. I wanted to experience the base game and as much as I could without add-ons, and I would not take that back for anything. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. That was a really fun experience. The only add-ons that I have is I have a little bit of like a UI change. I do not have a mini-map. I can see where sky shards and lore books are, but other than that, I don't have any other add-ons, and I don't think I'll end up getting any more. It really depends on where my ESO journey journey takes me, but I enjoy having minimal add-ons, mainly because the world looks so beautiful. There's a crafting add-on that I have right now that I need to actually get rid of because it puts up these things in the world that just take me out of the entire experience. So yes, get add-ons at some point in your, new player process, but don't do it like right off the bat. I feel like it takes away from the experience. Yes, your quality of life will improve, but I appreciated the add-ons so much more after I did everything, normally, or as much as I could normally. That was very rewarding, and like I said, I prefer the game with as little add-ons as possible. I'm gonna get the ones that you kind of need to do a couple things, but other than that, I wouldn't do them personally, but they do make your life a lot easier for a variety of reasons and in a variety of ways. So definitely get them when you can, but I would wait until you're close to max level so you just enjoy what the game has to offer in the beginning. Number 4, PvP feels really good at max level. This kind of goes for dungeons, but we'll get on that in a little bit. The PvP now is great. Like, I'm not feeling like I'm not doing anything. Like, I don't feel that I'm not doing anything. So I'm still getting destroyed because my gear is, brand new level 50 stuff, and it doesn't have the greatest set bonuses, but my buddy was crafting it for me, and I needed the gear, so I was very grateful, for that. But I don't feel like I'm getting destroyed. It's a lot more fun when your abilities are hitting for a lot harder than what they were in lobbies. I never really liked lobby PvP, so doing max level stuff is fun. I have yet to try Cyrodiil. I will do separate videos on the open world and the battlegrounds in the coming weeks, but those videos are not ready yet. I just need a little bit more time in them, and I need to experience Cyrodiil. So the PvP, just from a baseline, feels really nice, and the atmosphere is way more chill, way more relaxed, and I really appreciate that about the PvP in this game. Yes, battlegrounds are definitely very competitive. I get competitive so much in battlegrounds, and like I said before in my previous review video, that there's no competitive ranked or anything like that, and that's okay. There are leaderboards, but it's not your typical WoW system or SWTOR ranked system, and I don't really find myself wanting a ranked scene here in ESO. If they ever added it, I'd be totally, hyped, but I'm not sitting here being like, man, Bethesda really needs to add a competitive PvP mode to the game. That's just not where I'm at. Piggybacking off of PvP, guys, the dungeons feel more intense and immersive at max level. I have had so much fun in dungeons, and you guys know, for those of you who are watching me and have watched my channel for years, you guys know that 90% of my content is PvP, so to say that I really am enjoying PvE content is definitely something I never thought I would say, but this is great. The mechanics are something I haven't experienced, not in anything that I've played, in terms of my other MMO, Star Wars: The Old Republic. I really enjoy the mechanics in this game. There was one where we had to push these crates over these lava flows, and we had to just hit our basic attacks to get the crates to move. It was really cool. It was fun and really interactive, kind of not like a puzzle, but interactive, and I like that aspect of PvE. It wasn't, rinse and repeat. I'm sure they'll get that way as you play the dungeons more and more and more, but it was nice to not just tank and spank everything because the mechanics just weren't hard. These were really nice, intricate mechanics that I enjoyed. Moving on, guys, number 6, crafting matters a lot. I said it in my previous video, and I will say it again, obviously, here. Crafting is a staple in this game. I am crafting every day now. A month ago, I was struggling so hard just to get my daily writs done and to, research things and break stuff down to get materials. I literally try to spend at least an hour or so going out every day and just collecting materials because A, I'll sell them on the guild traders for, gold later on, but I also need to get a stockpile of materials for myself so I can craft high-end gear for myself and start crafting cool outfits and stuff. So this crafting system can be overwhelming. I'll give you an example. Alchemy, I have barely touched. It's one of the only ones, that and provisioning are things I barely touch. They are the more difficult crafting professions in the game, and it's not because they're necessarily complicated, it's that you have to learn certain, how certain, not potions, but for alchemy. You have to learn how like these certain like flowers, you know, go together to make this kind of, you know, sip of this, sip of that. Like it's pretty complicated in that sense, but it's fun. I'm having a good time, you know, collecting all the stuff to get ready to really boost my alchemy. But I am on top of those daily crafting writs and making sure I am breaking everything down and doing research. Piggybacking off of that, research, guys, takes so long. I'm subscribed to ESO Plus, so my timer is shortened a little bit, but if you aren't, you know, subscribed to ESO Plus, check out that video as well. You are going to wish you had, because it takes a long time. I've only researched a couple things, and my research timer is only 10 hours right now, but I've seen in other videos where researching can take up to 30 days, can take a week, and all this other stuff. So make sure you're doing your research to, you know, get your traits so you can add those to, you know, your gear and all that fun stuff. So definitely do the researching. That is not really a bad part of the game. I was kind of meh about it, still kind of am. I get it, it's kind of like reverse engineering in a way, but from SWTOR, but it's okay. Not my favorite, but it's not really a huge complaint that I have. Guys, player housing. Now, I have that little penthouse for like the beginner one that I got from the quest, and then I noticed that, oh, there are a lot of houses on the map with this add-on. There are so many different player houses in this game. I cannot decide which one I want to start out in. I'm tired of the penthouse. I want to move. I gotta raise at my job, you know, making, you know, these awesome glyphs for people, and I want to move into an actual condo or a house. But anyway, guys, jokes aside, the player housing is some of the most intricate and most beautiful, detailed thing I've ever seen in any MMO. I literally, like I said, I can't figure out what I want to actually, you know, live in, where I want to live, because there's cottages, there's like castles, mansions, pods. Don't get me started on pods. Those are weird places to be. My guildie was making fun of me about it, but I still say pods are weird. Definitely weird things. But seriously, player housing, I don't have a lot to say on it because I'm still so wowed. If you guys go back and watch some of my older streams from earlier this week, right, I spent about an hour with my chat going to every single player house and just like being like, oh my god, I've explored something new, this is crazy, I want to live here, no, I want to live over here. Like you can get so lost in player housing, and there's gonna be a lot of that stuff coming on the channel very, very soon. I'm gonna make a really funny series about that, but I can't wait to get my first actual house that's not just a little, you know, penthouse apartment. So that's exciting, and I don't know like any words that I could say that could do the housing justice. It is phenomenal. It is beyond anything that I've ever seen. And if you think about it, this game, you know, came out after Star Wars: The Old Republic, but had launched with so many, you know, better things and more player housing. And I'm sure they've added over the years, but I was just in awe of the sheer amount, just the amount of houses that you could choose from. But a lot of them cost, you know, either, you know, gold or crowns, so on and so forth. So I haven't purchased anything yet. I will probably get a house with crowns and not gold, but a whole thing there later. Last thing, guys, that I really want to hit is, obviously this is an MMO, so you want to play this game with friends. You can do stuff as a solo player, like you're not going to get punished for doing solo content, but it is so much better with a group. I play with the same 2 or 3 people, and I love it. The game is more fun. We can't queue battlegrounds together, which is frustrating. A video on that later, but they're going to take me into Cyrodiil, and they're going to show me, you know, how open world PvP is done. But every night I'm so excited to log on to Discord and hang out with Stash and the boys. So try to get some friends to play. Like that will make your experience in this game, you know, so much better. But guys, that is pretty much my overview / review after 100 hours played. And as I said in the beginning of the video, after that many hours, I still feel like I've barely made a dent in the game. And I have so much to explore, so much to learn, so many things to perfect. I'm going to be playing this game for a long, long time. I have not gotten bored, and I have played every single day since I got the game. Literally every single day. So guys, if you are wondering if this is the game that you should pick up, say you already have it, you don't know, you know, hopefully this changes your mind. I personally am going to be on this game for many months and hopefully many years to come, because there is just so much. And with the Greymoor expansion dropping, you know, earlier this week, a lot of people are gonna come back and see some stuff. But guys, let me know what you think of the video. Let me know if there's anything that I missed that you wanted to see, you know, covered. The very last thing I want to say real quick is I realized I made a goof in the last video saying there's only like 6 mounts. There's a ton of mounts. I was wrong. New player problems, right? I didn't think there was a lot of mounts. There's a ton, an absolute ton of mounts, but I still only have my nice little fiery red horse because that's really cool. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Noble. If you enjoyed, found the video helpful and informative, don't forget to hit that like button as it helps me out and the channel a really great deal. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been Noble, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later!